Hi, I'm Luke Hayes, and I'm doing my last lecture project in a Draw My Life sort of video. Okay, let's get started. I decided to show up in this world on the day April 18th, 2000. Right when I was born, I came out purple. Why, you ask? Because I couldn't breathe. But of course, the doctor fixed me up. Thanks, Doc. I was being raised in Bellflower until I moved to Cyprus when I was 6 years old. I love Cyprus because we have lots of things here, like different food choices, and the beach is really close, and the fact that the mountains are viewable from my house, it's really great. Anyways, more on that later. Who I am today is a mixture of both my mom and my dad. My mom's childhood was not the best. She grew up poor and lived in the ghetto, but at least she had family, right? Wrong. My grandpa was cheating on my grandma with some chick in Mexico. Throughout that, my mom has stayed happy and positive, and that really rubbed off on me, and I really appreciate her for that. But we all grow and we all learn. That's inevitable, and growing is very prominent in my life. I was the type of kid that did not learn from what anyone told me. I always had to learn the hard way, and there's consequences for that. For example, when I was in 4th grade, I was a skateboarder. Well, I still am, but that's besides the point. Anyways, my dad used to hound me about wearing elbow pads, knee pads, helmet, and even wrist pads. And there was a day where I went to El Dorado Skate Park, and I was trying to ride the spine, and right when I launched off, I knew I was screwed. I hit my wrist hard, and I ended up breaking it. From there on, I wore pads, but that's not completely true. I don't skate with them now because, I'm cool like that. When I was young, I was full of dreams and ways I wanted to be and who I wanted to become. When I was a young lad, I wanted to go fast. How fast you ask? To the point where I would never be last. Okay, I wanted to be a NASCAR driver because every Sunday I would watch Sprint Cup, and it was something I really looked forward to. That's not something I aspire to be anymore, but I still do have dreams, and I want to be able to face them and overcome any brick wall I come across. That brings me to my next topic, goals. Goals are something everyone should have. Me personally, I have lots of goals, but I'm going to be honest, I don't always achieve all my goals. But that shouldn't stop me from trying. I remember one specific goal when I first started skateboarding was trying to master the hardest trick of the book. That's right, the ollie. I felt like it took forever, but in reality, it was probably like 2 weeks. I asked my dad to record me trying to do an ollie, and I remember how dumb I looked trying to get air and didn't get any. But whether I knew it or not, I was making progress, and that could be hard to see at some point in your life. But I stayed consistent, and I kept trying, and eventually I finally popped an ollie. It was only like an inch, but that didn't matter. But when I did it, I threw my helmet, I started running and screaming. And if I can do that again with any other scenario, I can accomplish anything I set my mind to. One key thing to accomplish goals are to stay positive. That's why if you ask me to pick whether to be an optimist or a pessimist, I will 100% of the time, I'm an optimist. Because the way I look at it is that you only have one life, and I want to spend as little time being sad because I don't enjoy being sad. It's not fun. Being happy is fun. That's why I smile a lot and I'm constantly laughing because I enjoy being happy. People don't realize it, but there's a bunch of good that could come out of bad. I wouldn't say I was always an optimist. When I was younger, I was really scared to try new things because I was afraid of failure. I never had fun when I didn't try new things until I saw my neighbor riding a skateboard, and it was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Once, I asked my mom to go to their house and I asked if I could try it. I remember not being able to stand on it. So I sat down on it and I pushed with my hands. It was so much fun. So I like to stay an optimist about things ever since, and I love trying new things. I try to be happy all the time no matter what, where I am, but the place that makes me the happiest, believe it or not, is my own bedroom. It wasn't until recently when I got my own room. I would hate being home because I didn't have my own privacy because I shared a room. But now that I have my own, it's amazing. I have everything I could possibly need in there. So far, I have 2 rememberable experiences. So far, it may not seem great, but to me it was. The first one was for one weekend, I stayed up till 7 o'clock and I did nothing but watch YouTube videos. I don't know why, it was so much fun, but I would love to do it again. But I can't really because I get tired way too easily. Another great memory was when I first got my PS4. It cost a lot of money, but it was worth it in the end. When it was all set up, I could not get off of it. It's like I was addicted for a day. I don't have an addictive personality, but for that one day, it was like I was glued to the chair, and if nothing else existed, except for the screen in front of me and the controller in my hand. There are so many reasons why that is my place of happiness, and those were just 2 good memories out of many. Other than the place that makes me the happiest, let's talk about the person that makes me the happiest, and that is my best friend, Joyce Chang. I met Joyce at an open house freshman year, and little did we know that one night would change our lives, because Joyce has been the #1 influential person in my life. She has taught me to do things that I would never think about doing, and she has opened up my mind to things I wasn't really open to before, and she's been amazing to me. I can't thank Joyce enough for the things she has done. Joyce and I have gone on many adventures with and without our group of friends. During winter break, we planned on going snowboarding/skiing together. I was on the snowboard and she was on the skis. She taught my younger brother how to ski, and it took a lot of patience, and I admire her for that, because she was not obligated to do that at all. But she enjoyed helping him, and that makes me want to help other people, and she inspires me to do things all the time, and I never want to take her for granted. She's an important aspect in my life, and that's why she's indeed my best friend. But when Joyce is not around and I'm alone, I have to be able to trust myself. Things can happen in life that can change a person's viewpoints and standards. I remember hearing a saying, if you want it done right, you're gonna have to do it yourself, and that couldn't have been any more true. I can't rely on my friend to do my last lecture video. I had to do it myself. One thing I love to do is plan my future, so I can trust myself more. That's why I set goals like I talked about earlier. The Scouts motto is always be prepared, and that has helped me in life, because if I was going on a camping trip, I would much rather overpack than underpack, because let's say you overpack and your friend underpacks, you can lend him some of your stuff to him or her. I wanted to become more physically fit. I was always jumping and running as a kid, and I still have that inside me. That's why I still skateboard today. I also work out with my friend Fernando. We go to the gym and we work out there, and I'm trying to stay consistent with it, but it can be difficult. So I try to remind myself to be optimistic about it and achieve the goal that I have for myself that I've set, and that is to go at least 3 times a week. There have been days where I've skated all day, morning to night, without even eating, and I don't feel it until I'm done skating. And I wouldn't say it's healthy, but it's definitely a workout. This has been my Draw My Life video. Thank you. I hope you got to know me a little bit more.